Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet the starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Valkyries. Please welcome to the court a middle blocker from Riverdale, Maryland, number 9, Michaela White. Middle blocker from Waterloo, Iowa, number 11, Casimir Brown. An outside hitter from Lahaina, Hawaii, number 14, Adora Anai. From the opposite, out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, number 15, Shaina Joseph. The setter from Spring, Texas, number 22, Carly Graham. Outside hitter from Houston, Texas, number 27, Skylar Fields. And the libero from the Woodlands, Texas, number 5, Georgia Murphy. The Valkyries are coached by Amy Pauley.
Women's professional volleyball is headed to town.
It's a chance to play professionally.
The sky's the limit. There are no limits with this sport.
Real pro indoor volleyball.
Female beach volleyball play.
I see a volleyball in California and around the world. Tonight is the start of something magical.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can't
And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your San Diego Mojo. A 6-foot even outside hitter from Bonzo, California, number 3, Kendra Dalkey. 6'3" from the opposite, out of Paradise Valley, Arizona, number 4, Willow Johnson. A 6'2" middle blocker out of San Jose, California, number 7, Veronica Stone. A 6'3" middle blocker from Marysville, Michigan, number 10, Allie Bastianelli. A 5'7" setter from Bangkok, Thailand, number 13, Nutsara Tomkom. A 6-foot even outside hitter out of Glenwood, Illinois, number 19, Tammy Thomas Alara. And the libero at 5'7" from Toa Baja, Puerto Rico, number 2, Shara Venegas. The assistant coaches for the Mojo are Deidre Collins Parker and Brandon Directo, and the head coach of your San Diego Mojo, Taiba Hanif Park.
It is military night at Viejas Arena, and the Mojo trying to get themselves back in line. They host the Orlando Valkyries for the 3rd meeting of the season between these two, and the only matchup in the Pro Volleyball Federation on this Monday night. Alongside Brett Loftus, I'm Jake Kerman. We're so glad you're with us. And Brett, if this match is anything like the first two between these two squads, it could come down to 1, maybe even just 2 points by the end of this thing. 2 5-setters between these two clubs.
Yeah, these two teams, Jake, they've been able to grind it out against each other. When they played against, whether it's been here, whether it's been in Orlando. Orlando obviously 6th right now in the playoff settings, and then on the other side, San Diego in that 4th spot. Teeter-tottering perhaps out of the playoffs tonight with a loss. Again, they are trying to ride that momentum that they've been on. I know they're coming off of a loss, but again, a really, really good stretch for them on the other side. For Orlando, not as much.
Yeah, Orlando in the midst of their longest losing streak of the season. They have dropped 5 in a row. They had 2 looks at match point 2 weeks ago against the Mojo. We're not able to finish San Diego off, and well, they haven't been able to win a match since.
Right, and I think for Orlando, it could be a really, really big statement for them. Obviously, everybody 4 through 6 is kind of right there battling, right? So, again, a win for them would go a long way. I know we say that it seems like in every match, but when you get down the stretch here, Jake, you 7 teams in the league, only 4 make it. Wins and losses are monumental at this point.
We'll talk much, much more about the playoff picture and the road ahead for both of these two teams. We're getting down to the business end of the inaugural season here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Ali Bastianelli back to serve. And it's an ace. That's a start for San Diego, who has 7 aces now in this season series.
Yeah, how about that? A wonderful serve from Ali Bastianelli.
Little different look. Nutsara Tomcom typically starts matches on serve for the Mojo. And that run for Bastianelli, short-lived thanks to Shaina Joseph. A good start for the opposite from Ottawa.
Yeah, they're going to want to find her a lot here tonight. Been, some would say, their best hitter all year. So, again, really need her to get going on that right side.
Canadian national teamer in her 8th season of pro volleyball gets a block. And the Shaina show is in full force early on with back-to-back points.
Yeah, trying to go over there against her and Skylar Fields. Well, we had 6-1 and 6-3. Usually not going to end up too well.
So that sends Michaela White, one of the 2 mainstays in the middle for Orlando, back to the serving spot. That one's dug up by Carly Graham and pushed out to Joseph. Her tip passed over by Willow Johnson. Dalkey misses wide. Katie 3 had a huge match in the last meeting with Orlando, but she starts her night with an error here.
Yeah, nothing we haven't seen out of San Diego the past couple matches. Coming out a little bit slower than they probably would like here to start the ball game.
And the Mojo, despite their turnaround here in the latter stages of the season, have not been a good first set team. They are 6-12 in the first set over the course of their 18 matches. They've been resilient, though, as of late, playing in 5 consecutive 5-setters. Some volleyball players could go a whole career without doing that. They've been able to win 3 of those as Kaz Brown ends up in the net. We're tied up at 3 in set number 1. Saw a whole lot of Willow Johnson in the Mojo loss to Vegas on Friday night. She took 61 swings. Tonight, her 4th match back with San Diego. 10-foot swing from an eye, dug up by Shara Venegas. And Willow Johnson comes back the other way. Joseph into the block, and Ronica Stone had a season-high 6 of those on Friday night.
Yeah, she was special on Friday, Jake. And again, that's exactly what you want to see out of her in set number 1 as well. Talking about working on the technicalities of blocking. Ronica, she was already the best blocker on this team probably when we started the year, and she's just continued to improve.
Such great experience. This her 4th season out of Oregon. Big swing on the left side from Skylar Fields, the newest addition to the Valkyries roster. 2 kills on Friday. 2 seasons as a Texas Longhorn, and then 2 more with USC. Played in Italy before joining Orlando. It's been a pretty stable lineup for the Valkyries much of the season. Trying to problem solve tonight and bust out of this 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, you talk about problem solving. I think both teams right now, defenses have come out and don't have any answers. Both offenses have gotten whatever they wanted thus far.
The last kill belonged to Ronica Stone. She's got 9+ in 5 of her last 6 matches. Fields again. That one blunted by Nutsara Tomcom. And Dalkey dug up by Georgia Murphy. Venegas answers right back. Here's Temi Thomas Ilara tipping, and it's kept alive until it's whistled down. Temi Thomas Ilara, a quiet match with 11 kills. I say that because she's averaging nearly 18 points per match this year.
Yeah, that's a compliment to Temi. The way she's been swinging it, again, to only have that few kills for her, it just shows you how well she's been playing.
Yeah, it did hit just 8% in the loss on Friday. Came up with 17 digs, though, giving her her 5th consecutive kill dig double-double for the rookie out of Northwestern and Wisconsin. Fields with the Mojo up 1. Good pass there from the former USC Trojan. Earns a better ball back. Anai, 7th-year pro out of Utah, leading Orlando in kills this year. They don't get her a swing here. Second ball, Venegas, and Temi terminates. Not a bad second ball option, Shara Venegas. That's her 50th assist of the season.
Jake, you can just tell right now, again, we're talking about Skylar Fields being a new addition to this team. A couple other players that have not been with the Valks for very long. You can tell they're still trying to get that cohesiveness together out there on the floor, and perhaps we'll see that grow as the night goes on.
Yeah, this was an Orlando team that was beaten 25-12 and 25-15 in their final 2 sets at Columbus Friday night. Very uncharacteristic. That was a match they led by winning set number 1, lost an extended set 2, and then really kind of unraveled after that.
But again, you got to give Columbus credit. I don't think that's as much of a detriment to Orlando as that is a positive for Columbus. I mean, that Columbus team is starting to get hot and find themselves to where they were earlier in the year.
That's an ace for Kaz Brown. It went right between Temi Thomas-Ilara and Kendra Dahlke. What a leader she is in her 6th professional season out of Kentucky. And she'll go right back to the same spot. Graham, back row Fields, blocked by Bastianelli. And then a whistle here for a net violation.
Yeah, Jake, I don't know if they got a net violation or a foot fault. It looked like Fields' right foot might have went over the line. Either way, same outcome. Let's see here.
This look can show us.
Might have been both, actually.
Which happened first?
Yeah, there you go.
Either way, it sends Nutsara Tomcom, 17th-year pro from Thailand, back to serve, and that's an ace, her 6th of the season. Not a high ace or high error server. She gets her first in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and knowing exactly who to attack there, I think San Diego, it's something they've done really, really well the past couple of games at the line.
You don't see a lot of serves like hers, and sometimes that first time you see it can be difficult to return. Thomas-Ilara answered, goes back to the left pin, and Shaina Joseph is there. Anai off the top of the tape. Second ball, Temi. And a nice set there. Better block. Anai and MK White were waiting.
Something Orlando has done really well, Jake, through these first 17 points. They've slowed down the game, and San Diego is playing their tempo. We know San Diego's a team, they love to go fast, and right now they're not able to.
Yeah, they thrive on tempo. That is one of Nutsara Tomcom's best qualities as a setter. She is 3rd in the Pro Volleyball Federation with 765 assists coming into this match. Joseph sent back. That's Willow walling up at the left pin.
Yeah, big time wall there, and obviously Willow barely got that block back in.
So after a shaky start, San Diego has built a 10-8 advantage. Murphy, second ball, swatted aside. Not a lot of options there for Anai with Ali Bastianelli in her grill.
Yeah, Ali, again, we mentioned she's starting at the service line tonight. An interesting technique to kind of change up your rotation 1. I love it there from Taiba, working out well now.
2 early aces, and now 3 for the San Diego Mojo. This is not a high ace team. Typically from the service line, they're almost at their match average.
Look at the serve. Temi just floating it over. And again, knowing who to go after is the name of the game right now for these Mojo.
She'll go right back to Shaina Joseph. Better pass there. And Anai missed it wide. And so an early timeout has been called by Coach Amy Pauley with the Valkyries struggling on serve receive here early.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like they in a choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it higher.
Well, Brett, last time these two teams played, it was Sunday, April 14th, one of the matches of the season in the Pro Volleyball Federation, 18-16 San Diego in the 5th, in a match that featured over 200 combined digs. So maybe the best defensive struggle in any extended match this season.
Yeah, we saw players flying around. You know, there was a lot of ice baths after that match, but yeah, it was very fun to watch. Again, I think it was one of those, it was a marathon. It took a lot out of both teams. Could have been anybody's match, and now here tonight, you've seen two different teams for better or for worse than what you saw that night.
Little traffic there, a little traffic jam, I should say, on serve-receive. Great up there from Joseph to keep the point alive. And Georgia Murphy up with a diving dig for a 9. And she finds the campfire. Big side out for Orlando on a point that San Diego thought they had won.
We touched on it before the break. The thing that Orlando's doing really well right now is slowing down the game. They're playing at their pace. The Mojo, I mean, they're having just an excellent night thus far from the line. I think one team is going to have to capitalize and really take that. I think Orlando has to continue to play at their speed. The Mojo have to find a way to speed things up, though.
Here's one of their best servers in the starting lineup, Adora Anai. She's got 20 aces this season. Joseph, right side swing. Venegas there. Quick tempo for Michaela White out of James Madison. And the Mojo have the answer for that.
That is an unreal play. First off, back-to-back first touches there from Timmy are just wonderful. And then Shara Venegas, one of the best passing liberos in the league, able to find Willow there on the right pin.
Yeah, she gets nearly an assist per set, Venegas, this 15th-year pro, the Olympian from Puerto Rico, representing them in Rio 2016 as a net violation is called on Carly Graham. The lead is 6 for San Diego. And we asked Coach Taiba Hanif Park, what is it that sets Shara Venegas apart? And she said it's the confidence that she gives the hitters around her. They can swing fearlessly when they know that the blue jersey is there to cover if they make a mistake. Another great pass from Temi, and it sets up Willow Johnson off the outside of the Skylar Fields block.
W's in the chat for Willow Johnson. Again, when you get her going on that right pin, watch out. Look at the Mojo, no pun intended, that she's playing with.
Only her 4th match back. She's already near the 50-kill plateau over that stretch, 22 of them Friday night. The Mojo running away with this first set. Chance for Orlando to get a point back, free ball. Graham picks out White, great dig by Tomcon. Fields blunts the Johnson swing. Dahlke off high hands. Anai, rocket from the 10-foot line.
That whole point, you felt like Orlando was going to be the ones to come out victorious. Excellent defense there. We saw on the left pin. I love what MK White did there. She was moving around. Best footwork I feel like we've seen out of her in the whole first set thus far.
Yeah, her and Kaz Brown both very skilled in the middle. Great middle matchup in this match and throughout this season series as Willow Johnson seeing Orlando for the first time. And Brett, they haven't figured out how to slow her down yet.
And I don't know if they will. I mean, she's one of the toughest players to stop. We've been able to see her now for 3 straight games here in San Diego, her 4th overall. And when she gets going, we said it last match, impossible to stop.
Got her first ace in a San Diego uniform on Friday night as well. She'll serve here. Big block, sails out of bounds off of Veronica Stone.
And that's China's game a lot, right? She's going to go after a lot of hands, and for good reason. I think when you're facing such a good blocking team, maybe you got to adjust a little bit right there, though, able to find the hands and find the point.
3 early kills for China Joseph. That matches her total from Friday. Really an off night for her in the loss to Columbus. Dahlke, yikes. That one sailed high of the block.
Well, Kendra just got that one off the fingertips. Obviously just a miss hit. You don't see too many of those from KD3.
China Joseph able to pull the hands back there out of the way. And she'll serve once again with the Valkyries trying to make a run back into this first set. Good pass by Stone. She'll get it back on the slide. Great transition play.
Finding that seam there, Jake, and getting it through the front line there, the blockers, and then getting it there to whoever's sitting in the middle. That's been the name of the game right now for the Mojo.
Tell you what, the Valkyries talked about this. They said serving short and serving at Stone in the front row can slow down the slide. Well, it didn't there.
No, and I think the Mojo, they've been watching some film of their own, and they probably knew that Orlando was going to go for that. I think it's going to be a chess match, though, between these two coaches all night.
Always fun to see the third, fourth installment of any given matchup here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. That was a constant in the first two. Kaz Brown sliding for the kill.
I think we're going to have a substitution here, Jake, trying to figure out who's coming in for who.
Looks like it'll be Paula Sarame, the Florida Gator great, part of their Elite 8 team in 2020 and member of the Puerto Rican national team. She's been a serving sub. This her 8th consecutive match being used in this role. And that didn't go the way she planned.
No, and that's a big-time point there. Anytime you can get it back within 5 after trailing by as many as 7, you feel like you're kind of knocking into things. And, well, again, you bring in a serving specialist and have a service area. You got to feel good for the Mojo.
Mojo were very good behind Stone's serve on Friday night. They go right after the substitute. China Joseph just missed. Soaring in on the back row attack.
I want to see the bold 6 here. A little bit farther. My eyes deceive me a little bit. You know, Jake, I got some new glasses today. Thought they'd help a little bit more.
You're styling and profiling tonight.
They look good. I don't know how well they're working, though, but did miss by a little bit.
They pair well with the yellow bucket hats given out to the first 1,000 fans here on Military Night. Mojo played in front of over 3,000 on Friday night. In the 5-set loss to Vegas, Sarame gets there, and Murphy is able to get it over. Tremendous play. Defensive grit from Orlando, and maybe that gives them a boost.
Watch this. Wham. Bam, to get it over. Almost scored off of that. Ronica made a great play just to get to it. I mean, talk about defense leading offense. That's exactly it.
Almost felt like Georgia Murphy deserved to score on that as MK White cleans up the overpass. The Valkyries have trimmed the deficit to 5.
MK came out, again, wasn't playing her best volleyball there through the first couple points. She has been the reason, though, the Valks have started to come on strong here late in set number 1.
Okay, without that brilliant defensive scramble by Sarame and Murphy, the Mojo are up 21-13, and it might be early curtains on this first set. Instead, Kaz Brown and company hanging around. Kaz is from Waterloo, Iowa. Her head coach, Amy Pauley, said she recruited a lot of Midwestern players for this Orlando team because she just loves the volleyball culture out there and the attitude that those ladies play with. And that grit is keeping them around in this first set now.
Well, that, and I think, you know, we started this Pro Volleyball Federation season in January, so all the Midwesterners probably wanted to get down to Orlando and experience an early spring. But, yeah, again, volleyball courts are just so great in the Midwest.
Of course, the Valkyries and Mojo both fighting to extend their seasons into the middle of May. May 15th is the semifinal day at the CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mojo currently the 4th and final team receiving an invite if the season ended today. But, oh boy, there's a lot of work to do for the Mojo to lock up that spot. Fending off teams like Orlando, and Willow Johnson able to stuff an eye at the right pin.
Mid-season form. And why is that, Jake? I know she's only her 4th game with San Diego. She played a whole season in South Korea. And you can just tell, again, she is dialed in right now.
Oh, Venegas. Desperation dig. They go right back to Anai, and she's blocked. 3 in this set for Willow Johnson. You mentioned the mid-season form, a runner-up with her Korean League team, the Pink Spiders. But before she left, she told Taiba Hanif Park to hang on to that uniform because she was looking forward to being back. Timeout Orlando. They've got a long way to go to get back in this first set.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party, you weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Back here at Viejas Arena, the fans filing in. The Valkyries trimmed the deficit down to as little as 4, but San Diego with 3 straight points, now just 2 away from wrapping up this opening set. Tomcom's float serve earns a free ball, and a great dig by Paula Sarame. Joseph forces San Diego into the net, and that's a much-needed point for the Valkyries.
Yeah, we've seen some net and some foot faults thus far. In Carly Graham, very tight sets to the net as she's back at the service line again. Very interesting how close everybody's playing up top tonight.
Another start for Graham at that setter spot, the second-year pro out of Rice. And she picks a smart time to throw that shot in.
The good old setter dump and the success. Again, like you said, Jake, able to find the campfire there, kind of throw off the opposition there in the Mojo.
Better pass there from Dalkey. And Thomas Ilara powers through the block.
Yeah, we've seen Timmy at the left side all night until then. Getting her back over towards the right pin and pinning into the back corner.
Not her natural position, but one she excelled at all the same. A move that Coach Anif Park and her staff made in the middle of the season that helped them get some better passers on the floor with Dalkey, Bastianelli, and Papa on the left side. And now with Willow Johnson back in the picture, it's a whole new ball game. That'll wrap up set number 1. San Diego uses a big run in the middle portion of the set and hangs on 25-18. The start of set number 2 here in San Diego. The Mojo have not lost back-to-back matches since March 2nd. They have gone 7-5 since that 1-5 start, and they're trying to keep that streak going here tonight in front of some of the fans who came out Friday night for the jersey giveaways and came back tonight for the bucket hats.
Yeah, Jake, you got on both. I tell you what, I really like what you got going on here. Full Mojo vibe tonight. I'm really liking the bucket hat. I even got one for myself here.
Well, how could you not sport one of those? They look good, and the fans are looking good wearing them.
Here's what I want to know. Yellow or blue bucket hat, Jake? Which one has been your favorite this year?
I think I look better in the blue.
I'll go yellow. I like yellow. I just like the yellow better. It's a happier color than blue. No offense to those who like blue. I like the yellow better.
So the blue doesn't make you feel blue, doesn't
Oh, Jake. It's set number 2.
Michaela White back to the service line. Neither team really dialed in offensively in that opening set, Brett. As Stone swings out of the middle to start set 2. Vanderweide in off the bench, the fourth-year pro out of Oregon. For Coach Taiba Hanif Park, she'll give Dalkey a break as Brown scores on the middle attack.
You mentioned those hitting percentages. I think a big reason San Diego's trying to change everything up. You got Lindsey Vanderweide out on the floor. Not saying Kendra Dalkey didn't perform well, had a couple mishits there. Obviously, maybe bringing out Lindsey here, trying to shake things up.
It's actually Temi Thomas-Ilara who took a seat. So the combination of Dalkey and Vanderweide linking up on that last shot. My apologies there. Well, that first contact is on point. Both of these teams are hard to stop, and it's a key that both coaches have harped on throughout the season. Getting that solid first pass like that from Anai, which sets up Kaz Brown. These teams both rely on being balanced, and when they're not, that's when things tend to go wrong.
That's right, Jake. We looked at it Friday in that match for San Diego, and we said, well, when is San Diego going to start playing consistent? I think it's the same thing for Orlando. Both of these teams have had up and down years. Got to start finding that consistency, that balance, the way you put it.
That might be the most consistent play in the Pro Volleyball Federation, a long-distance connection between Tomcom and Stone.
Yeah, the percentages on that have to be excellent. Every time they went to that, it seems like this year, been able to get it down on that slide play.
Veronica hitting up over 30%, and Brown says, anything you can do, I can do better.
6'4". Wow. Talk about the trajectory on that.
Two of the hardest slide attacks to stop, flexing their muscle at the start of set 2. Stone keeps the slide streak alive. Joseph was there for the dig. And out of system are the Valkyries, the free ball. Stone, slide again, scores again. 5 early kills for Veronica Stone.
The Veronica slide, look at that. To the left, to the right, it doesn't matter.
Even though teams have started to key in on that slide, Stone has stayed so consistent. Hits about 30% in each and every match as Brown, blocked there by Bastianelli. Back to Kaz, shoving one towards Stone. Chased down by Tomcom for a Vanderweide swing. Tight set from Graham. And a free ball bumped over. Uh-oh, a rare miscommunication there. Tomcom airmailed it for Dalkey.
Yeah, you talk about rare, Jake. I don't know the last time we've seen that in a match. Nutsara just usually so locked in with their hitters, but right there again, like you said, just a bit of miscommunication. I've seen that out of both squads thus far tonight.
So not the cleanest match yet to start this one, but both teams playing their way into form as Bastianelli sends one to the floor.
I think that's a wonderful point, Jake. You talk about playing their way into form. Both of these teams have volume hitters, have volume players. Again, it seems like the longer you can get into a match, the better they're going to get.
Bastianelli trying to bounce back in this one tonight as that one skates by the hands of Dalkey and sails long for an attack error by Shaina Joseph.
Yeah, well, Shaina was convinced that we had a block touch, and I think we might have our first challenge of the night.
Our first chance for Bolt 6 to get involved. The match point was left up to the adjudication of the replay system in Frisco on Friday night. That was dramatic, wasn't it? Vegas hanging on, but only by inches.
Yeah, I don't know what's better, Bolt 6 or your vocabulary tonight with the adjudication. And, well, clearly that's going to be a block touch. Looked like they got Kendra Dalkey there on that left finger.
So that glancing blow gives the Valkyries the point and the lead here in the early stages of set 2. Carly Graham, who had 19 assists, lifted in set number 4 Friday night in favor of Wilma Rivera. That setter duo has traded spots throughout the season for Orlando. Great get there by Georgia Murphy. Second swing, Johnson.
She started at the right pin. Now she's at the left pin. How about Willow? Look at this set from Nutsara. One-on-one. Willow knows where to go.
Hard to lose track of 6'3", but she can line up at either pin. Very flexible option offensively. Speaking of which, Shaina Joseph, just a sledgehammer from the right side there.
We talked about her in set number 1. She was really going after hands. Well, right there, just not able to get Allie over there in time, and she was just able to find the floor.
Orlando has started this set more positively than they did in set 1, as Anai takes over the team lead in aces. That's lucky number 21.
Wow. Look at that, Jake.
Did you see that with the naked eye?
No. That's why we got Bolt 6.
Right back after Lindsay Vander Weyde, who rockets one into the block. Right side, Willow. Good pass by Graham. Second ball, Murphy. And Fields can't get it past Dalkey. The rookie out of Oregon, another dig. And then a tool. Shaina Joseph. They expected her to get a lot of sets tonight on the right side.
Well, and for good reason. When she's been able to get going this season, she's been one of the tougher players to stop in the league. You talk about consistency. I think when she is riding high, this Orlando team is as well.
Well, it's been a season for Shaina where she's had to battle some injuries. She struggled early on in the season, really has improved as the season has gone along. And Amy Pauley said she's just a fiery competitor who still can find that next level. Looking for that tonight, on pace to match one of her season highs in kills.
And with Shaina, just to finish the note on her, she has the second most experience, pro experience that is, out of anybody on this team. So again, you want a player like her out there on the floor. You also want a player like Ronica Stone out there.
That most experienced Valkyrie is Audrey Cruz, the Puerto Rican legend and the University of Florida Hall of Famer. Might see her later on tonight as this one, well, another tight ace. That one catches a little more of the court. 2 on the night for Bastianelli. Almost the third. Great get by Murphy. And Anai converts. That was not an easy dig for the rookie out of Oregon.
Well, Dora right now, again, from that 10-foot line, that is really where she has been able to go to work. We talked about San Diego attacking the seam in set number 1. Now they're getting a taste of their own medicine here from the Valks.
To your point, a slow start from Anai, but that 10-foot line is where she has found her footing as Willow Johnson commits the error. 10-8 Orlando. Anai has been hard to stop in this season series. She's got 43 kills over the course of the first 2 matches, but just 3 on her first 15 swings tonight.
Miss Ronica. How about how good she's been tonight? Nutsar starting to find the hot hand early, and it looks like it's Miss Stone.
Yeah, red hot start, 6 kills on 10 swings for Stone. A couple of stuff blocks as well, as no stuff block can slow down Kaz Brown on that awkward angled swing. So Shaina Joseph will take a rest, and back onto the floor comes Sarame. Committed a service error back in the first set, but then came up with a couple of dazzling digs defensively. Vanderweide, that one's down.
And Lindsay with that really big swing, I think her swing is going to be the most beneficial thing here for San Diego tonight against a team like Orlando. Again, it's no offense to Orlando, their first touches maybe not as good as some other teams in the league, and that's where Lindsay really thrives on making teams move their feet and, again, can capitalize on that.
And she's really able to redline her game. Does not take a whole lot off on those swings. Great vision as well. Her coach Taiba Hanif Park praised that, saying she just has the complete picture of every point faster than a lot of players that she's coached. Speaking of fast, how about that fastball from Fields?
Well, the first touch was good that time, and they were able to find Skylar Fields a big-time pickup. I mean, you don't bring just any rookie in and play her from day one, especially mid-season. Skylar Fields, she has been magnificent this season in only a short sample size for the Valks.
And she's only spent a few months as a pro, but she did get to play over in the Italian league, one of the best leagues in the world. That after a 3-time All-American collegiate career between her 2 years at Texas and then her time at USC after she hit the portal. The Houston native making Orlando home for the next, she hopes, few years. Graham out to Anai. The Valkyries passing well now.
Yeah, Dora really starting to find her groove, Jake. Excellent set, though, that time from Carly Graham.
Anai will rarely go down the line. Really a seam-seeking specialist. Loves the options that the 10-foot line provides when she's in the back row. Sarame over dig, and then, boy, Dalkey tried to swipe it down. It ended up on San Diego's side.
That was an interesting play. Again, looked like Kendra was trying to poke it back over.
Yeah, no touch there from Graham or White. Just a little mishit there on the timing from Dalkey. Chance for the Valkyries to go up 4. What a dig by Venegas. Slapping the floor, that's her trademark. White scores from the middle. And the Valkyries roar into the media timeout with momentum. 5 out of the last 6 points belong to the visitors.
He's been doing an excellent job mixing up the offense. That's why Atlanta's been killing it lately. Marley Monterey does an excellent job going fast, either pin and then hitting that back row. Nice to see that.
And now dumped through. Point by. Middle that's dug out by Monterey.
And Marley Monterey with a tap down.
With the gentle hand.
And Marley Monterey is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Well, Brett, Orlando hit just 9% in set number 1 tonight. They're hitting 69% in set 2. What's changed?
I think you got to give a lot of credit to the setter there in Carly Graham. She has been spot on here in set number 2. I'll tell you what else is spot on, recognizing our veterans here in our active military as well, here on Military Appreciation Night during that last timeout.
I want to thank all our men and women who have served the country, both at home and abroad. Great gesture here by the Mojo here at Viejas Arena in honoring those who have made that sacrifice. Orlando trying to tie up this match. The Mojo and Valkyries have played 2 5-setters this season. The road team winning both in dramatic fashion late. Big match here in the context of the playoff chase. And the Mojo know it. And Coach Anif Park said we have to prepare for an all-out war tonight where every point and every mistake can take on heightened importance.
Yeah, that's right. I think everything he's exemplified here tonight, good or bad, like you're saying, Jake.
White, set back, Bastianelli. She's had a block party over the last 5 matches, averaging 5 blocks per match over that stretch. That one actually might have been Dalkey, but Bastianelli right there in the picture. Didn't play much after set 1 on Friday. Venegas pops it up for Tom-Com. And a big swing, bounces off the block from Kendra Dalkey.
Uh-oh. Is KD3 starting to get going? Shara Venegas laying out, Nutsara, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
That is a familiar sight for Orlando. Dalkey 23 kills in the match 2 weeks ago at Addition Financial Arena. They go right back to Anai for the side out. She had a tremendous performance in that marathon last Sunday as well. 2.5 hours. San Diego saved 2 match points. Orlando had 104 digs to San Diego's 99. It was just that kind of night. Willow sees 4 hands and goes right through him.
What we say earlier, she started at the right pin. Then she went to the left pin. Now she's in the middle. Where do you go to stop her, Jay? Nowhere. That's where.
And the Valkyries will try and give her different looks to slow her down as Anai splits another seam. She's found her footing, connecting on her last 3 swings after that 3 for 15 start.
Can't hide from her either. Adora Anai has been the reason Orlando was up here in set number 2.
Had 14 kills on Friday, sort of a get-right match for her after a mini slump. As Bastianelli wastes no time with the tempo set from Nutsara.
Tell you what, man, usually both of these teams, they start out, they kind of measure out their opponent. You don't see them both swinging at 100% until you get after halftime and deeper into the game. They're already redlining, as you said earlier, here in just set number 2.
Right back to Michaela White, and the offense is in full flight now.
Oh, man, you got to love this type of volleyball.
Yeah, much cleaner, much tidier than what we saw in set number 1. A credit to both offenses, as well as the passing game. Vanderweide, another quick side out and serve receive. 4 points in a row where that's happened.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jake, side outs are the biggest thing happening right now in Viejas Arena.
Who can break that pattern? Joseph back in after a quick rest, has it kept alive by Stone. Fields covers off the block touch. That one shoved down by Anai. And right now Adora can do no wrong.
Man, Carly Graham just pinpoint right now.
Orlando hitting at a high level here in set 2. Overpass, and Kaz Brown was ready. That breaks the side out streak and gets Orlando into the red zone. Can they put the finishing touches on this set? Slide slowed down by Fields. She'll get it back and tip it to Stone. Vanderweide lean back for that swing. Graham picks out Fields, and the carom falls to the floor. Timeout. Taiba Hanif Park with Orlando on the right side of 3 consecutive points and getting closer and closer to tying this matchup.
Anytime, any team can win it here in the Pro Volleyball Federation.
The higher the level, it means more power.
Lekator member Mene. Wow, what a shot. Again.
Rejected! Ronica Stone!
Get tightened up. They progress through that season, and you cannot progress through that solo block in the middle for Kaz Brown.
Ilara, deep corner, and that was picked perfectly.
A dub sub for the San Diego Mojo coming out of the timeout. It'll be August Raskey and Morgan Lewis trying to side out for San Diego. The Valkyries have opened up a 4-point advantage. They led 15-11 earlier in this set before the Mojo trimmed the deficit to 1. 3 straight points on the serve of Shaina Joseph as she'll attack Kendra Dalkey. Big block, Graham and Brown. And that limits the impact of the dub sub right there.
That's been the name of the game. I mean, Orlando, it just seems like they have owned and been in control here this set number 2.
Brett, they're hitting 62% as a team since set 2 started. Here's Raskey to Vanderweide. Great cover on the block by Stone. Lewis, cut shot, missed it. And the Valkyries are up 6.
Yeah, really good shot there by Morgan. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Got to continue to go back to that and not be afraid there if you're Morgan Lewis.
And so just 2 points apart, Taiba Hanif Park burns her second timeout of this second set. We'll take it with her with the Valkyries 2 points away.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like they in a choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it.
Orlando trying to kill the mood here for the Mojo in set number 2, but history in this matchup seems to be repeating itself. And throughout the 10, now 12 sets these two teams have played this season, they have alternated sets all the way through. And who knows, we might be in for another match that goes the distance here tonight. Slide for Brown. Not only does Kaz pride herself on that slide, Brett, but she said she wants to use it to pull as many blockers as possible, give her teammates opportunities. We've seen that tonight.
Well, yeah, we have, Jake. And again, she's doing exactly what she wants to and then some tonight.
That brings in Carly Scott to serve for the set. Boy, great job by Rasky off a difficult first ball near the net. She finds Stone, a great Oregon connection.
Well, they got all the Valks to shift to their left here on this replay, and well, Ronick able to find an easy piece of the hardwood.
Stone is who the Mojo would want on serve, facing a deficit like this. She leads their way in aces, attacking Murphy. Brown thumps the slide, kept up by Lindsay Vander Weyde, and rolled through by Lewis. Scott, or rather a 9, tools the block as Lewis sees it sail wide. And so Orlando wins set number 2, and there's just one total point separating the Valkyries from the Mojo right now.
Nebraska. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Hold on, that was powerful. Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again. Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist. Asia O'Neal.
The big attack there and a block from Hannah Tabbitt.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line. And there's another step block.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Setter Marley Monterey's been doing an excellent job mixing up the offense. That's why Atlanta's been killing it lately. Marley Monterey does an excellent job going fast to either pin and then using that back row. Nice to see that.
And now dumped through. Point by. Little that's dug out by Monterey.
And Marley Monterey with a tap down.
With the up. Settle hand.
And Marley Monterey is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at renathletics.com and provolleyballshop.com.
Abbott gets the running start, crams it down.
Set back, Pittman, the new starter, making an impact.
Some folks that teach the younger ones how to be a pro.
Adora Anai is effective from every single area of the court.
That is number 8 for Lenkator member Monet.
Cleveland with the kill. Evan had to reach for it, blocked, and that'll do it.
Well, this match tied up at 1 set apiece. Both teams need it, with the Mojo trying to maintain sole possession of 4th place, and the Valkyries trying to stay out of the cellar. They would fall into a tie with Vegas for 6th and 7th place if they were to drop this one here tonight. The aces came early and often for both teams in set 1, but that reception possession on the rise for Orlando.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. Again, we talked about their first touch in set 1. Like you said, set 2, that was the biggest thing that changed, along with Carly Graham. She was wonderful there in set 2. Obviously, both teams were really aggressive to start the night at the service line. It's been a really equal match, right? And again, the sets have not been equal. San Diego controlled set 1, Orlando controlled set 2, but just like it seems every time these two teams get together, everything's going to end up evening itself out.
The one difference here in terms of the season series to now is the serving for Orlando. Just 2 aces in the first 10 sets against the Mojo. How about 3 here tonight?
Yeah, again, they have just gotten more aggressive at the line. We talked about something for San Diego last match. They needed to be more consistently aggressive, and well, that's been the same token that Amy Pauley has instilled in her squad as well.
Any key players to watch as we enter set number 3? So far, the stars have shown up really for both sides.
Yeah, I think Shaina Joseph, you want to continue to see the same things out of her that you saw early in set 1. And Adora and I, again, she carried there in set 2. I think on the other side, Ronica had a lot of bright spots as well. We didn't see Timmy out there on the floor a whole lot there in set number 2. Kendra Dalkey and Willow Johnson as well. Again, you have to have all those players, at least 3 out of those 4, swinging it consistently.
Stone and her 7 kills, a .570 hitting percentage, leading the way for San Diego. Good balance for Orlando. Adora Anai has 8 with Kaz Brown and Shaina Joseph chipping in 7 and 6 kills respectively. We'll have set number 3 and 4. Who knows? Maybe another 5th on the other side of this intermission break. Keep it locked. You're watching the Pro Volleyball Federation on YouTube.
Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and a $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like they in a choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it higher.
Setter Marley Monterey has been doing an excellent job mixing up the offense. That's why Atlanta's been feeling it lately. Marley Monterey does an excellent job going fast to either pin and then using that back row. Nice to see that.
And now dumped through. Point 5. Middle, that's dug out by Monserrat. And Marley Monserrat with a tap down. With the up. Settle.
And Marley Monterey is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day 1 to now has been dramatic.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Not a lot of empty seats to be had as these 2 teams prepare to make history.
They go right back to her. Raynell Jones.
The first swing for Linehan results in a point for the Vibe.
Gillen! Off the edge of the block and down. Jose got the free ball and absolutely punished it.
Taylor Cruz off hands. A powerful swing.
Leah had been putting that ball down in Atlanta.
Slam home.
Omaha, Nebraska. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Well, some fun at the intermission with some members of our Monday night crowd getting to take part in a little scrimmage down there on the court. San Diego and Orlando, meanwhile, catching up on some valuable rest and taking the time to strategize. Brett, here are some of the big plays, big blocks, and even bigger serves in sets 1 and 2.
Yeah, both teams, like we said during the halftime break there, both teams own big portions of this match. Obviously for San Diego, it's set 1. For Orlando, it's set 2. Again, a lot of strong things I think we've seen at the line there for San Diego in set 1. A really good defense there from the Mojo as well. But then on the other side, I think the biggest thing for Orlando is they really locked in on their first touches there in set number 2, and they didn't allow a whole lot of that. Again, they were able to shore up at the net a lot, and again, just got a lot better technically. It seemed like they started playing together and more cohesive. I think that's something that San Diego has to return to and return back to form from the first set.
The Mojo felt like they missed some opportunities to maybe take control and put away the Vegas thrill on Friday night. Coach Taiba Hanif Park said, we didn't convert some of the small plays. It was a matter of execution, not necessarily mindset, because the Mojo were battle-tested, Brett, in extended matches, 7 and 4 in 4 and 5 set matches. Yeah,
again, like you said, Jake, they have been able to go deep in matches, and well, we're going to at least have to decide it in the minimum for here tonight.
Orlando, meanwhile, did win one of their 2 5-set victories here in San Diego back in March. But they are just 2 and 5 in matches that have gone the distance this year, 4 and 7 in matches decided in the 4th set. That's a positive start for Kaz Brown and company. Key to note, August Rasky starting on serve for San Diego. A little break for Nutsara in set number 3.
Yeah, and again, as much as she's running around, August played well there to end set number 2. Why not give her a chance and give Nutsara a little break here to start the 3rd set?
Shaina Joseph took a break in the middle of set 2. She came back off the bench and ignited a big run for Orlando. Her time at the service line is short-lived on that rotation.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get to that. Is Willow able to find hands? Just how do you stop that?
Well, that's years of collegiate experience working together. When August Rasky is out there, the Mojo really take on a look of those late 2010s, early 2020s Oregon Ducks. Taiba Hanif Park coached there in 2023 as an assistant. Made a lot of connections that led to a heavy Oregon presence on this Mojo roster. Dahlke, the Arizona Wildcat, connects with Rasky. In total, Brett, there were 11 Oregon Ducks on opening day rosters, including 6 rookies in the inaugural season.
Yeah, I mean, the Ducks are ruling the Pro Volleyball Federation. Again, a team that is, like you said, just spread across this league, but a lot of players here in San Diego.
Rasky to Venegas and then Vander Wyda. Georgia Murphy, how did she get there? Incredible get from the libero. And she follows it up with a dig at the 10-foot line. This point should have been over. Instead, it's been recycled. And Willow Johnson can't end it there. Off the free ball, Rasky to Lindsay. Great get again. Georgia Murphy did everything she could. But the persistence pays off.
That was incredible. I thought there was no way she was going to get to that one back there at the platform. That was incredible.
All those Oregon Ducks on San Diego's side have had a hard time getting through another Oregon legend in Georgia Murphy. She left Oregon top 5 all-time in history in terms of digs at that great program. Taiba Hanif Park said it makes it more difficult. It forces the Mojo to have to get more creative. And it's Georgia Murphy who knows her old teammates' tendencies. Rasky back out to Lindsay. Nothing doing there on the tip shot. Did that block stay in? It did not. That was awful close for Kaz Brown.
Well, usually they say ball don't lie, but in this situation, bolt 6 don't lie.
And neither does Brett 6. He's Brett Loftus. I'm Jay Kerman, and we're glad you're with us for the penultimate San Diego home match. Hard to believe. But the Mojo will play 4 of their last 5 matches on the road, including a doubleheader this weekend in Grand Rapids. Coach Anif Park knows the importance of tonight's game to set them up for a very important road trip. Those start times, 4 p.m. on Saturday and 1 p.m. Those are Pacific times for the Mojo fans out on the West Coast watching in GR. Lindsay V. Dubs getting a lot of swings to start set 3.
She came in set number 2, Jake, and I think she is really starting to settle in right now. She always comes out swinging, but right now she's got her shot going.
Yeah, solid start for Lindsay. 6 kills, 15 swings, matching her total from Friday night. Oh, a beautiful back set for Brown. Read like a book. And Lindsay is locked in here. 6-2 Mojo. She's got a butterfly tattoo, Brett, on her right arm. She floated like one right there.
Absolutely.
Graham pushed out to a nigh, and no dice on the line try.
Gotta love the way the Mojo have come out of the locker room here, Jake. I mean, this is some of the best stuff I think we've seen out of a halftime all year.
Mentioned the trend, the alternating in sets over the first 12 this year between these two teams. As Brown, a bullet right through the court for a side out 7-3.
Whether it's Kaz, whether it's Shina, whether it's Adora, again, all 3 of those players, big-time hitters, need to find more consistency and continue to feed them here in set 3.
Oh, Rasky with a ballerina-like escape near the net, and then Stone is there for the stuff on Skylar Fields. It all started with a difficult set from August Rasky right here.
Great job one-on-one, though, from Ronica.
Venegas lunges to her left, and then Dalkey goes right after Shina Joseph. Blocked again! August Rasky with a wag of the finger.
And she's just a ball of fire out there on the floor. And Ronica Stone, she's just a wall right now.
Well, that's what this Rasky rotation can provide. A little bit of a bigger block in the front row, and also a big lefty swing. The 5th-year pro out of Oregon, sparking San Diego to a 7-point advantage. It's still early in set number 3.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to like wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, like, okay, I need to like not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
Brett, August Raski just picked up her first kill of the season, but the Mojo have seen this in practice all year long. They love their combination of setters just because of the different strengths they bring, and August Raski showing some of hers to start the third.
Yeah, again, we've seen a lot of setter downs, so we haven't seen too many setters wind up like that, though, and get that last big kill that she got. I mean, that was extremely, extremely impressive, and she's been some kind of spark plug here for the Mojo to start set number 3.
This is her 10th match she has played in this season. A great jumper who brings them some extra power on the block. Very creative approach to the game as well. You can see that in really everything that she does. As Murphy does well with the second ball through to Anai. Raski up high for Vander Weide, and that's set a little off target, 10-4.
And you see what it hit? The good old antenna. You know, back in my day, we had to use those to listen to the radio, Jake. Now they just put them on the net.
Brave new world for you, Brett Six. Back set and a great dig from Raski. Vander Weide, smart shot.
High IQ right there. Knowing she didn't have to swing at 100, but just a little precision from her bestie there in Ronica Stone on the assist.
She'll serve it right at Fields. In system, it's Shina. Sent over on 2, that'll work.
Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Ronica said, oop, bam.
Little no-look action from the San Jose native. Loving life here in San Diego, and this her 4th professional season. Brings the energy, her coach said, to each and everything that she does. Venegas, another great set out to Willow Johnson.
Yeah, great set indeed, Jake.
That seam was yawning right there for the right side swing. Setter dump Graham, slowed down by Stone. She'll send it over on 2. It won't fall this time. Willow gets it to Stone, who swats it through. Anai does get the tool off of August Raski.
And San Diego was just playing in straight defense mode that entire point. But they're locked in right now, Jake. Orlando just happy to get that side out.
Seems like San Diego really used the intermission well to reset. They've been able to really limit their mistakes here to start the third. Little extra authority on that slide.
Ronica. That's all that's been here in set 3 for the Mojo.
8 kills, 5 digs, and a stuff block in this match for Stone. Make it 6 digs. Great answer the other way from Carly Graham. Still a free ball sent over by Joseph, and a big swing by Dalkey. Good pass by Anai. Raski fields the roll. Dalkey leans back and sends it to Anai. Joseph elevates and detonates.
We talked about how important it is to involve Shina here in set 3 and really beyond, right? She took that big-time break there in set 2. They've been trying to get her the ball, but again, San Diego's just been so well controlling the tempo, and again, just getting it home. Again, you got to find a way to give it to 1-4.
Brown back on the floor here for Orlando with Georgia Murphy taking a break. Raski make it 2.
Little skip action as well after the set it up. August Raski feeling herself right now, and why not?
Brings so much energy to the bench. each and every game. That's where she's been, though, for a lot of the season. Nutsara Tomcom, such a brilliant setter that Rasky is playing with. But she's going to be August Rasky, right? She's not going to try to be Nutsara Tomcom out there. Really free-spirited, fun approach to life, not just the game of volleyball. Rasky comes from a whole family of artists and musicians. Always hard to defend her when you've faced Nutsara Tomcom for 12 sets. And Willow Johnson steers that one wide and misses. And the score 15-8 San Diego.
Yeah, you're going to want to continue to go back to that. But right now for Orlando, you got Sarame back there at the service line. This could be an important run for them, perhaps.
Rookie out of Florida, going right after Lindsay Vander Wyde. Willow kept up by Sarame, but it goes into Souvenir Land.
Yeah, just not enough court. And Chara Venegas, she's had a couple of really, really good sets tonight, Jake.
Indeed she has. Chara's got 5 assists. Her season high is 9. Almost got another one there. Bastianelli wipes it through the block, and Fields has it dug up by Chara. The Puerto Rican laying out. It doesn't result in the point. I asked Taiba earlier on this season, does Chara Venegas remind you of anyone? She said, actually, it does. The 3-time Olympian Stacy Sikora, who told Taiba before her first start at the World Championships representing Team USA, you just go swing at every ball. I promise I'll be there to cover it. That's the energy Chara gives these young San Diego hitters. What a serve that was. Skylar Fields.
I mean, Orlando has just served very, very short tonight. And right there being a little bit more aggressive out of the rook, and it pays off.
Venegas there to cover. Willow winds up. Graham, slide, Brown. A long route for the dynamic middle.
Turn me up, Kaz Brown. That was an aggressive play, and, well, for good reason. Valks needs something here to put him in the positive direction, and, well, I'm sorry.
Well, it's a good run, though, on serve for Fields. The service errors, though, have been an Achilles heel for Orlando all season long. They've averaged 13 in the 2 matches with San Diego. Sarame sets it up to Anai. Cut shot, dugout. Willow Johnson popped up by Kaz Brown. Anai, block back. It's Ronica Stone.
This might be the best set we've seen her play all year. And that's saying something when she's been one of the brightest stars all year for the Mojo. She's been wonderful here in set 3.
Leading the Mojo in blocks. That was her 43rd on the campaign. Of course, the league leader in blocks is wearing white tonight. Kaz Brown, 62 coming into tonight for Orlando. That's an ace. Sarame left it, but it landed on the line. 3 aces for Ali Bastianelli. She started this game on serve, and that switch up has paid off. Timeout Orlando, reeling in set 3.
Marley Monterey's been doing an excellent job mixing up the offense. That's why Atlanta's been feeling it lately. Marley Monterey does an excellent job going fast to either pin and then using that back row. Nice to see that.
And now dumped through. Point 5. Middle, that's dug out by Monserrat.
And Marley Monserrat with a tap down.
With the settle hand.
And Marley Monserrat is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day 1 to now has been dramatic.
Well, Taiba told us that Ali Bastianelli is becoming more and more of a complete player. A middle during her decorated career at Illinois. She left there as the all-time blocking leader. 3 aces in this one here tonight as Jill Gillen enters the match for Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be happy with what you've seen at the service line, especially from Ali tonight. Again, you talk about just improving, how much improvement we've seen from everybody this season. Ali been one of the biggest improvers. And again, you got to love what she's just continued to do here for the Mojo.
Known mostly for her defense during her pro seasons in France, Puerto Rico, and at Athletes Unlimited. Adding a lot of tools to her offensive game. Here's Jill Gillen. She's got some game offensively out at the left pin. Didn't play in their loss on Friday. As Orlando is in the net, 20-11. Carly Scott back into this match as well. We saw her briefly on serve in set number 2. So Joseph getting a rest for the Valkyries at the moment, as is Fields.
And that's obviously good because this obviously said more likely than not you're not going to win for Orlando. Want to get some other players out there and give some of those vets a rest when you can.
Willow, one-handed shove to Scott in the back row. Dumped by Graham, read by her counterpart in Rasky. Gillen wants that set a little closer to the net. Vanderweide dug up by Murphy. Gillen again has to wait back near the line. Willow, a rare miss from the right side.
Yeah, we've seen her trying to dot on that same line attack right now. Orlando has been able to win the last 2 times she's done that.
That's a similar miss to the one she had on match point on Friday evening against the Thrill. The match, the Mojo fell 15-13 in that 5th set. Rasky waited on the ball, sent it out to Willow. White paints the back line, or did she? Oh no, it missed. Now, the Valkyries are claiming a block touch. If they want the point, they'll have to challenge because that one did miss by a couple of inches. And we will see our first challenge since early in the 2nd set, with Orlando looking for a block touch.
And they challenged a no-block touch. It was ruled no-block touch. Got it overturned earlier. Let's see if they can get this one overturned. But like it just said long there, Jake did not touch Vanderweide or Stone.
Can we appreciate the facial expression, though, on the swing from MK White?
Tense, huh?
Some basketball players have a dunk face. Volleyball players have a swing face. And Michaela really wears her heart on her sleeve out there. Real leader in this Orlando locker room. Rasky over to Stone. And a nice job by Gillen just to play it over. Rasky, big time swing.
I know it's springtime here in San Diego, but it feels a little like August. Look at that from Miss Rasky. Nasty.
3 kills in this set. She didn't have any in her 9 matches played coming into this one. Gillen, that's a strike down the line. The Dynamo out of Arkansas, just 5'7", you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, just dynamite when you put her out there on the floor. She can explode on anything, and exactly why Amy Pauley puts her into the ball game.
She was huge in the last meeting with San Diego, 16 kills. A little bit of a cold spell, didn't play in their last match. Fighting for playing time, of course, with Skylar Fields, the newest signing for Orlando. Carly Scott's been in the rotation more as well. But Amy Pauley giving Gillen a chance here to find her way into this match during set 3. The set might not be salvageable for Orlando, but can they find any momentum here late? Rasky, long distance connection snuffed out. The Valkyries and Gillen able to race out to the pin.
Yeah, really, really good defense. Able to get there in time, anticipated the shot. Again, some of the best defense we've seen tonight from Orlando.
Gillen no slouch either on serve. Heavy ball to Lindsay V-dubs. Overhand dig by Graham, and an eye into forehands. Joseph arches one over the block to a waiting Willow. And Murphy guides it into Graham. Graham kept it off the floor, but then a little collision there between Gillen and Joseph. Both are okay.
The slide play, proving it doesn't just work with Nutsara. August and Ronica have that connection as well.
August, who spent the last 4 seasons playing in both France and Italy, left Oregon as the all-time leader in triple doubles. She is set for the entirety of set 3, and it's been a runaway. Rasky out to Dalkey. Graham with a good dig. Scott, that's a courageous choice. And why not? Set point now.
Well, you got to fend off set point for quite a while. And like you said, Jake, why not be a little bit more courageous here?
Lots to love for Taiba Hanif Park, pushing the right buttons here, coming out of the intermission. Giving Nutsara a rare rest. And Rasky has come into the match with 3 kills. Almost made it 4 and won the set right there. Shaina Joseph. No touch and no contest, really, in set 3. San Diego built a 10-point lead early, and they maintained it in control now over the Valkyries. These fans at Viejas Arena were on their feet for large portions of set number 3. Really a dominant display by San Diego, starting with the play of August Rasky, the setter sub.
Yeah, she was wonderful, Jake. 3 kills. And it was just wonderful, the different dynamic that she brought to the floor. Nutsara Tomcom, an all-time legend, but August Rasky really had everything dialed in there for the Mojo in set number 3.
Yeah, she missed some time with a sprained ankle, missed about a month of action, and has waited patiently for an opportunity like this, often used late in sets as a double sub. She gives them a little bit more of a block presence in the front row, but we saw some great defense from August as well. 10 digs so far in this match.
Yeah, again, she has been wonderful. KD3 been wonderful here tonight. I just think for the Mojo, they had everything clicking there in set number 3.
So now the, well, don't want to say the $1 million question, but it might be what decides whether San Diego gets to play in the match for $1 million. Can they avoid a 5th set and close out the Valkyries here in 4? Willow able to recycle off the block of Anai. Dahlke down the line, kept up by Carly Scott. Johnson slowed down by Michaela White, sent over by Venegas on 2. And a great exchange to start set 4. It ends with a Michaela White stuff block.
Well, Jake, you asked the $1 million question there. I think that it really depends on how well you start the set, because whoever has started the set has went on to dominate the set thus far tonight. And, well, looks good for the Valkyries, albeit just 1 point.
Willow Johnson able to rescue that one from becoming a souvenir. Anai tipping, and it's down right on top of the Osprey. San Diego has played in 5 consecutive 5-set matches. Now, they've won 3 of those. They've also lost 2. 4-4 in 5-setters this season are the Mojo. They've played and won the most 5-setters of any team. Joust won by White, but rescued by Venegas. Chance for a 3-0 lead with Anai. Venegas has other plans. Willow off high hands, and then Carly Scott is there. Her back row defense has helped Orlando to start this 4th set as Shaina Joseph overcooks it.
Yeah, Shaina trying to find some hands there, but just not able to. Again, that is the name of her game, especially when playing there on that right pin with the height that San Diego sends over there.
Especially with Rasky in the front row. 1 stuff block already for August, and a setter dump by Carly Graham. Her 2nd of the evening.
Well, I guess she got tired of seeing August score there in set number 3, and she wanted to get back in on the action.
2nd-year pro, spent her 1st year playing in Montenegro. That's a long way to travel after she didn't have to go far from her hometown of Spring, Texas. All-American at Rice. Of course, they scored that big win over Texas. Helped them qualify for the 2020 national tournament. Now she's reunited with a member of that Texas team in the new signing, Skylar Fields, who we haven't seen yet to start set number 4. Bastianelli.
And that's the importance of the defense here tonight. We talk about Char Venegas been able to cover there as the libero, but right there just able to cover Bastianelli, able to cover Vanderwide.
Another setter dump, and that earns a free ball. Graham right to White, and she terminates out of the middle.
Wonderful set yet again. I just don't think you can brag enough on Carly Graham and the libero Georgia Murphy. I mean, they have been wonderful tonight for the Valks.
No digging that one. That's the same line attack that Willow Johnson has been searching for all night.
Yeah, again, like you said, Jake, we saw earlier, she really had it going there in set number 1, and, well, just able to cut it back down the line. You can tell she's very happy with that shot.
Yeah, some frustration, maybe some relief mixed in there as well. 10 kills tonight for Willow. It's taken her 40 swings to get there. Scott, strong swing. We've seen a couple of those for the third-year pro from Michigan.
You just don't see that, Jake. You don't see a ball get down shoulder to shoulder between Ronica and August, and just a really good shot there from Scott.
Scott's been coming on strong. 8 kills on Friday. Had just 2 swings over the 3 matches before that one. Rasky tried another setter switch up. She covers ground to find Vander Wyda. Scott again. Hammers it into the block. Another try. Rolled through towards Willow. Third swing. No can do. Little traffic jam there for the second ball. It's Scott, swing number 4. They are feeding the former Pepperdine Beach star.
And why not? Georgia Murphy with the assist. Excellent finding of a seam there from Scott.
She's put a lot of focus on her serve receive. That's what helped her get back into the rotation. We've seen some great back row defense and now some front row swings from Scott. Great second ball from Graham after a pancake by Joseph. And then a block. Kaz Brown, the league leader. And a strong response from Orlando. After an uncompetitive set 3, they've surged ahead 7-3 in set number 4.
Omaha, Nebraska, where champions rise and dreams come alive. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. Witness the top 4 teams of Pro Volleyball Federation battle it out for eternal glory and a $1 million bonus. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
Baby, I'm a big deal, I got it like that. I did it again, who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My hair stay laid and you know I get paid. $100 bills, I got racks on the way. I'm making them big moves, I won't stay quiet. 5'6", but I feel like a giant. I got the source, I am the supplier. I can make them boys sing like the inner choir. I'm on top and I'm taking it higher.
Well, the Valkyries know the importance of this match, and they've come out with a sense of urgency in set number 4. Brett, that 7-13 record. A 2 games behind the San Diego Mojo. The Valkyries get Vegas in 2 of their final 3 matches. They'll also host the Mojo in between in the middle of next week. So they know they've got an opportunity, standings-wise, to make up some ground. If they can finish a perfect 11-13 by winning their last 4 matches, they could steal the 4th playoff spot.
Yeah, but this set number 4 and obviously the 5th set as well, you got to finish the job here if you're the Valks. A really good start here in set 4. Like you said, Jake, you have to win tonight and you have to put yourself in that position to win the final 4 matches for Orlando, because I'm not going to say that's your only way in, but it's starting to look bleaker and bleaker, especially with the San Diego win here tonight.
Yeah, San Diego win would give them a little bit of breathing room, but not much. At 8-10, Columbus is 8-11 in 5th, as that one's wisely left alone by August Rasky. It sails left of the line, 7-4. The Mojo have the most matches left to play. They'll be very busy over the final 2 weeks of the Pro Volleyball Federation's inaugural season. Back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday in Grand Rapids is what lies ahead. Dalkey. Boy, if she can get going, and we've seen it against the Valkyries this season, San Diego's a different team.
That's right, Jake. Again, when they have everything clicking, it's Ronica playing defense up front, and it's KD3 getting after it as well.
That's a tight set, slowing down the Brown slide. Shaina Joseph, rainbow over to Rasky. Dalkey, no touch, point, Orlando.
Yeah, really, really good shot down the line. Just not able to quite steer it there where she wanted to get it to.
So here's the spark plug in a lot of ways for the Valkyries in set 4. Carly Scott, two-time All-American. Back and forth between indoor and beach volleyball her whole career. Anai hammers one off the block. Venegas covers. Dalkey. Nice little change of direction to Tool Kaz Brown.
Well, you mentioned that beach volleyball background, something that Kendra also has in her repertoire and something that has really translated well here to the Pro Volleyball Federation. In fact, our defending player of the week, Marley Monserrat, played a little beach volleyball at the University of Florida.
And it's fun to see because often those players, they can combine the control that you need to hit the shots on the sand versus the power that the indoor game demands. Brown's brought a lot of that tonight. Former Kentucky star with a nice dig up to an eye. That at least keeps the Valkyries in the point. Rasky out to Dalkey, and Joseph to the rescue again. A third great dig from Shaina Joseph, but an eye can't steer it back into the court.
Man, how good has Shaina been here tonight? We talk about how well she's been swinging it. Look at that, man. I know not able to get the point. She's just been laying all out. It's just been amazing defensively.
Showing that she's quite the competitor on the right side. She is back in her home state with the Valkyries in Florida. Still trains with some of her coaches from the Gator program where she spent 5 years. Was part of the team that were NCAA runners-up in 2017. White. As an eye can't kick it back up. A denial, and the Mojo have scrapped and clawed their way back after the early timeout.
And August, big-time catalyst she can be here at the service line.
Going right after Scott, trying to slow her down. Instead, it's Joseph with a little bit of a bounce off the tape.
Well, I feel like we say it at least once a match, and now's the time to say it here tonight. They're aiming for the tape every time, Jake. Shaina finally got it and used the 7th Valkyrie on the floor that time to get the point.
Well, if that one sailed high of the tape, there was a double block waiting. So maybe a bit of a fortuitous bounce. Graham has played a great match tonight. Back to serve. And that's trouble. Dalkey's pass took Rasky into the net. Carly Graham this evening, 34 assists, 12 digs, and 2 successful center dumps. Mojo can't quite put the passes together at the moment. Graham, lean back an eye. Dalkey denied. And MK White is dialed in to start set number 4.
She sure is, Jake. Just been wonderful, wonderful net play for her tonight. No matter what side it's been on, she's been really, really good when they've been able to get her the ball there. Carly Graham's trying to do quite a lot. And obviously Amy Pauley, it's a good rotation for her to have right now.
When she was an associate head coach at USC under Brad Keller, she was hailed as a great recruiter. And you can see the type of team that she's put together, having some success here in the 4th set tonight. Thomas Ilara back on the floor for the Mojo. And helping draw a mistake at the right pin. So we're seeing some more of right side Temi Thomas Ilara, a spot where she had some success in the middle part of the season. Now, that point was initially awarded to San Diego, and then a buzzer sounded. Brett, I'm confused here.
Yeah, it's awarded to Orlando. Seemed like there was some conversations between our official and San Diego. I think I'm a bit confused as well.
Well, according to Volley Station, the Mojo tried to turn in a challenge, but they were not able to on that last point, as Willow Johnson gets a tough tool to make it 12-9. Make that 13-9. Check that out from a low angle. Big block. That's Bastianelli.
And she's had it going tonight at the service line, Jake, but now back in the middle. Exactly where you want her to be.
She's already nearing the 40 block mark. Not quite catching up to Ronica Stone, but in terms of blocks per match, she is San Diego's leader. Mentioned she's averaged 5 over her last 5 matches. That last one, her third of this contest tonight. Couple of spots on the floor, demanding some attention from the Valkyries. Trying to snap a 5-game losing skid.
How about that, Jake? What is that, peroxide?
Maybe for a little bit of maintenance work, a stain being removed perhaps?
I would assume so. I think that's the first time we've seen the use of peroxide on the floor here in the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation.
What's the old club soda and vinegar trick?
I just use Sprite. I like the way it smells.
Don't try that at home, kids. Bastianelli down with a low bump set. Van der Weide dug out by Scott. Here's a Nye off hands. Quiet night for Adora Nye. That could change in a hurry.
Yeah, well, Jake, she didn't have a quiet set number 2. And if she can revisit those 6 kills she had in that set, watch out, San Diego.
And that's where 6 of her 10 kills came tonight. She's hitting just 7%, well below her season average. She can rise to the occasion late in matches, and she could do so again here tonight. That serve won't come back. Anai comes from a family of athletes. Her dad, an NFL player. Her brother, an NFL player. And we'll have more on that on the other side of this Mojo timeout.
Any team can win it here in the Pro Volleyball Federation.
The higher the level, it means more power.
Lekator member Mene. Wow, what a shot. Again.
Rejected! Ronica Stone!
Get tightened up. They progress through that season, and you cannot progress through that solo block in the middle from Kaz Bray.
Laura, deep corner, and that was picked perfectly.
Oh, we talked about the Anais right before the break. Adora, who comes from the northern part of Oahu, over at Kahuku High School, where 17 different NFL players have called home. But fair to say, Adora and her sister, 2 of the best volleyball players that community has ever raised.
A lot of athletes coming out of there. Good company to be in there for Adora and her family.
She's been with the national team. She's played in South Korea, Turkey, Puerto Rico, even won a championship in Greece. But Orlando has been happy to have her all season long as Graham undercooked the setter dump a little bit.
Taiba, hey, you got to give her credit, right? She is tapped in to her team right now. She used that first time out really early. And then knowing that they're down by 5, knowing how out of sync they are, still got a chance to win this set. I love Taiba using these 2 timeouts early on in the set.
Well, she knows the importance of every point in a match like this, and also knows that in the back of San Diego's mind is the 5-set loss they suffered to both Orlando at home earlier this year and Vegas in this building Friday night. And unless things change in a hurry, the Mojo are headed back to a 5-set match for the 6th consecutive night.
Unreal, right? Continuing to have to play these marathons. Obviously, the Mojo are accustomed to it, but they got to be thinking, can we just get out of the gym in 3 or 4 sets with a W?
They'll be able to rest a little bit. No matches until Saturday, but when you play the busy schedule that San Diego will here down the stretch, it's important to be economical.
Exactly, Jake, and you said it. Yeah, you don't play until Saturday, but then you play a back-to-back against Grand Rapids. So, again, the less you have to play is going to be the better here for a team that's trying to fight and make it to the playoffs.
These two teams will meet one more time. That'll be on May the 9th, nearly 2 weeks from now, at Addition Financial Arena in Orlando. Great dig by Temi, and a back row swing from Willow Johnson. Chased down there by Graham. Shaina Joseph hitting all the right shots here in set 4.
Yeah, she's locked in right now, Jake. We mentioned her defense early on there in the set, and, well, now she's coming alive with her swings.
Not looking anything like the player who hit in the negatives in terms of efficiency on Friday. She'll take a seat, as will Graham, a double sub with Wilma Rivera in on serve. She's a weapon from back there. The 6th-year pro has 20 aces, which was tied for the team lead coming into tonight. Ajani Teeler in the match as well, and she gets a block touch to slow it down. Overpass, though, and Vander Weide kept up by Scott. Carly Scott misses the block and sails wide on the Mojo side out.
Yeah, Wilma's been a really, really good asset all year, especially at the service line. Happy to see the Valks bring her in here late, or about halfway through the 4th set.
Similar spot to where she came in on Friday. Beautiful set there. Out to Scott. Carly Scott, 8 kills on Friday night. That was her 5th here this evening. Just one dig away from a double-double. Temi. That's what was missing for San Diego in sets number 2 and 3. And Taiba Hanif Park sort of tipped her hand on this a little bit. She said Temi Thomas-Ailara has had to shoulder so much of the offensive load this season. It's important to keep her rested. And she has been resting, ready for moments like this as that block sails wide. Temi thought it was good.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe Timmy thought it was touched on the way down or not. Let's look here.
Bastianelli made that motion towards the Mojo bench. And doesn't look like Taiba Hanif Park will be granted a challenge here. Perhaps waited too long. Well,
you got it back anyway.
That challenge or lack thereof might have had its intended impact.
There you go.
The impactful sub, August Rasky from Colorado Springs. Really getting her first extended playing time since early this season when she played at Vegas for a long run. Spinning dig there from Willow Johnson. Free ball, Anat. Kept up by Shara Venegas. And nothing Willow Johnson can do with that ball.
Yeah, Shara able to get to it. Just a really tough play. Orlando doing a good job of putting San Diego in some tough predicaments right now.
So the dub sub re-enters the match with Graham back at the service spot. Rivera and Teeler take a seat. Ashani Teeler, the rookie out of Kentucky. And on the quick hitter, White blocks Bastianelli. Free ball, and Joseph. Right into the yawning campfire.
Well, again, just continues to shake back and forth. San Diego dominated the 1st and the 3rd sets, Jake. Set number 2 belonged to Orlando, and, well, it seems like much of the same here in set number 4.
The crowd here at Viejas Arena trying to lift San Diego as Vanderweide goes lunging for the serve. Tomcon back in the match and setting Bastianelli to no avail. So Taiba Hanif Park has pulled the lever and gone back to their setter, who is second in the league in terms of assists per set. Up high for Temi Thomas-Ilar.
And look, August gave you a lot of good time here tonight, right? Without her, you don't win that third set. Really, really good showing early on here in set number 4. You got to give it back to Nusara, though. She's the quarterback of the team. And, again, she's been here in the crunch time for San Diego. Great move by Taiba.
Wicked wrist flick by Joseph. And she takes something off Venegas. Barreling down to get it. It does sail wide. Well, it's felt inevitable all night and really all season series between these two, alternating sets. This is the 14th set between these two squads on the season, and it has just gone back and forth like a metronome. No team has won 2 sets in a row. If that continues, San Diego would have to like their chances in the 5th, but we all know that 5th sets are far from simple.
And trends are meant to be broken, right? I think just like metronomes. I broke mine by accident when I was 8. So I think the Mojo have to feel good, like you said, but Orlando playing really, really good right now. And here come the Mojo back, though, at set number 4, Jim.
Yeah, they say not so fast, my friend. Trying to break up that pattern here. A couple of off-kilter points from Orlando. Again, Bastianelli's serve making an impact. 3 aces on the night for Allie if you joined us late. Vanderweide does not find the hands of Michaela White. And a half dozen chances for Orlando here. 4 somewhat lopsided sets in this one here tonight. Valkyries winning the, Mojo winning the first set 25-18. It was 25-19 Valks in the second before a 10-point margin decided the third. And we will have a challenge here, turned in by Taiba Hanif Park. You can't take him with you into set 5.
And Lindsay was certain that they got a block touch there. It's also monumental. Obviously, you go from having set point to back to a 4-point set. Not saying San Diego's still going to be able to come back, but obviously makes it a lot easier.
So while we await the review from Bolt 6, and you never have to wait long, that confirms it just went over the outstretched hands of Shaina Joseph.
I think that's the closest we've seen a non-block touch this season.
Sarame back in the match for Orlando, trying to serve out set number 4 and send these two teams to a third 5-setter in as many meetings. There it is. And why not? Carly Scott, one of many stars for Orlando as they win set 4 in San Diego.
Nebraska. Get ready for an electrifying weekend of pro volleyball action. The inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship takes over CHI Health Center. The match for $1 million, May 15th and May 18th. Secure your ticket today.
We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Oh my, that was powerful.
Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again. Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist.
Asia O'Neal.
Big attack there in a block from Hannah Tabb.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line.
And there's another step block.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Setter Marley Monterey's been doing an excellent job mixing up the offense. That's why Atlanta's been killing it lately. Marley Monterey does an excellent job going fast to either pin and then using that back row. Nice to see that.
And now dumped through. Point five. Middle that's dug out by Monterey.
And Marley Monterey with a tap down.
With the set to hand.
And Marley Monterey is so hard to read as a setter.
She is so steady. Her improvement from day one to now has been dramatic.
Running start, crams it down.
So impressive.
Set back. Pittman, the new starter, making an impact.
Some folks that teach the younger ones how to be a pro.
Adora Anai is effective from every single area of the court.
That is number 8 for Lecator member Monet.
Cleveland with the kill. Evan had to reach for it, blocked, and that'll do it.
Well, Brett, at the start of the 5th set, this stat sheet shows you just how little there is to choose between these two teams tonight and really all season.
Well, reception-wise, that's been the biggest difference, the only difference here tonight. Can San Diego just get that first touch a little bit better, a little bit more consistent here in the 5th set? Or can Orlando continue to carry on what they've done in the 2nd and the 4th sets here into the decider?
Our in-house DJ has the right idea. Shake it off. Can San Diego bounce back in set 5? Oh, Brett, if looks could kill. The one you just shot me after that. Huge deciding set in terms of the playoff picture of the Pro Volleyball Federation. A win for San Diego keeps them in 4th. A loss, and they're tied with Columbus for that 4th and final spot. Still 2 meetings to go between those two teams. Orlando trying to climb from 6th place and stay ahead of Vegas. Long rallies have started each of the last couple sets. And Anai goes off the high hands of Temi Thomas Ilara to open Orlando's account in the 5th.
Well, again, we said it to start the 4th. Whoever is able to get on the board and do it a lot early has been the team that has won these sets here tonight.
4 lopsided sets so far in this one. Graham back to Anai. Covered by Murphy, didn't leave it to chance. Willow winds and delivers. That is a southpaw strike.
A Willow wham.
That one right to the floor, her 15th kill. She's had 14 plus now in 3 straight matches. White blocked by Bastianelli.
AB has had quite the night as well. We talked about her run at the service line. She's also had a few stuff blocks.
Such a great blocker in terms of instinct. Taiba Hanif Park says that she just has a knack for anticipating and learning as a match goes along. They go over alley there, but Venegas to the rescue. Graham picks out Anai, who rockets one off the right hand of Bastianelli for a Valkyries point.
Man, that is such a tough shot. It just tells you how much power Adora hit that one with. Wow.
Digging deep for kill number 13, hitting just 12% tonight, but she is leading the Valkyries in kills. Back set for Johnson. That goes back to Orlando's side after jitterbugging on the tape.
Well, finally, both of these two teams, Jake, are both playing their best volleyball tonight when it matters.
That's something we didn't see through 4 sets tonight. It's been one-way traffic. It's sort of alternating directions. Back to the serve of Bastianelli. Coming into this match, only a handful of aces on the season. 3 of them a season high here tonight. Scott hits the antenna. That was the only way she was getting past Ronica Stone.
Yeah, I mean, just a really tough shot, and Miss Antenna falls on the side of the Mojo yet again.
That is how close it has been all night between these two. Stone, a change of pace. And that fooled Michaela White, a whistle for a lift on Orlando.
Yeah, Ronica was calling for it before it was officially called.
We'll see it again here. It's on Shina Joseph. A little bit of a different setup in the Pro Volleyball Federation, with the first referee on the same side of the floor as the coaches. A little more conversation. Some leeway we've seen allowed throughout the season.
And hey, dialogue never hurt anybody. I think when you create a clear path of communication between the coaches, the players, and obviously the officials, I think that helps the game in general.
The only run-ins the Valks have had with officials this year have concerned their celebrations. They got a yellow card here in San Diego a couple months ago for getting too close to the court with their bench celebrations. I don't think Amy Pauley minded that one bit. They want something to celebrate here, and they have it with Shina Joseph on the right side.
Mojo still have to feel good about where they're at, but Shina starting to shine.
Her 13th kill to go with 12 digs this evening. Stone dug up by Carly Graham. Here's Scott. Tough angle. Vanderweide was there. Willow. What a heavy ball.
Heavy indeed, Mr. Herman. Just walloped by Willow.
So low, barely above that tape. Missing the block of Kaz Brown, who is the best blocker in terms of quantity in the league. Vanderweide. A stunning cross-court kill. And a timeout Orlando with San Diego surging to start set 5.
There's so much pressure for young girls. You have to wear this. If you weren't with these people, you weren't at the cool party. You weren't in. And then that puts pressure on them, okay, I need to not be myself to make these girls like me.
Girl Talk is a national nonprofit organization that really helps all girls develop the confidence to lead. And we do that by having high school girls mentor middle school girls through the most formative years of their lives.
This is a safe place. If you feel you don't have confidence, we're gonna help you build that.
What makes me most proud to be a part of Girl Talk is what separates it from other organizations. We're doing unique work. We serve all girls. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic, cultural, religious background you're from, that the experience of a girl is universal.
This is a place where empowerment truly starts from within, and that's a beauty that lasts for a long time.
Join Girl Talk, you won't regret it.
A massive effort being put forth by both teams here in the decider. Over 2 hours in to this match. Brown swats it too far, and the Mojo are in command, up 8-3.
They don't make it much closer than that, Mr. Herman. Everything going the Mojo's way right now.
6 of the last 7 points belong to them. Good pass by Anai. Good swing by Scott, but a better dig from Willow. And then Venegas. Vanderweide swats it down. 9-3 San Diego.
Great defense. And then Timmy getting in on the assist.
Out of system, but not out of ideas. And on the doorstep of season control. Johnson the dig, Tom the set, and Vanderweide slowed down. Anai shoves it to the back left. Slides, Stone, stymied. There by Scott. Vanderweide slowed down by Joseph. Here's Anai, a hammer, but Venegas dug it out. Temi finds the line. And the Mojo are fighting and clawing for everything.
It's tea time, Jake Herman.
Some of the best points they have played in quite some time are coming at the right time. And Temi Thomas-Ilara, who rested in the middle portion of this match, coming up clutch yet again.
Yeah, I mean, she is the definition of clutch. They often say you cannot teach being clutch. You just have it or you don't. And Temi Thomas-Ilara has been one of the clutchest players in the league this season. You know, she didn't play the majority of the middle part of this match here tonight, Jake, but here in the fifth set coming up big. Willow Johnson been big all night. I mean, this group here for the Mojo, they are playing, like you said, the best volleyball when it really matters the most. And that's really been a microcosm of this season in general and why they have that fourth playoff spot.
And Brett, whatever giveaways these fans brought with tonight, be it the jerseys, the bucket hats, they're all kind of turning into rally towels at the moment, and you'll love to see that from this crowd.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those yellow bucket hats, man, all fluorescent. And like you said, getting waved around right now, rallying behind the Mojo.
Well, they have rallied here in set 5. It's exactly what Coach Hanif Park said would be the key if they were forced into another decider. Shaina Joseph, the Valkyries had to have that point, and they do. She said they'd have to grit and fight and battle, that it's not going to go all according to plan in set 5. They'll have to win the scrappy points, the long rallies. As the dub sub of Rivera and Teeler re-enters for Orlando. Wilma Rivera, top spin, and in. Ace for Orlando, their 5th of the night.
Perfect, just a perfect service. When you really need something, you bring in Wilma.
Little shorter that time. Vanderweide, block back, it's Teeler.
You didn't think the Valks were gonna go away that easy, did you?
Not if you've watched this season's series or know the importance of this 5th set here tonight. Orlando trying to stay in the playoff race. San Diego tried to hang on to the last spot. Stone, high off the block. What a night Ronica Stone has had. 12 kills on 21 swings.
This is a team that played so well in the 5th set on Friday against Vegas to not come out victorious. Seems like they got different plans tonight.
4 points away are the Mojo as Venegas shoves it through. Teeler, big time swing. Started on Saturday. 3 kills on 6 swings, was lifted from that match. Coming up big in crunch time here tonight. Stone, another slide. Ice running through Ronica's veins.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
13 kills, just 2 off of a season high. Rivera sets up Scott, and she missed it wide. 2 in a row for the Mojo, and they're 2 points away.
And you got to feel good about who you have back there at the line, and no timeouts for the other side.
The crowd here at Viejas Arena can start to sense it. Good pass by Murphy, and a great swing by Kaz Brown.
When Kaz gets up there, Jake, she just absolutely detonates. And finding her attacking in the middle is exactly what you want to see right now. Her and Shina, the two big-time vets out there on the floor, continue to find them.
Brown just so consistent for the Valks this year, and she's had another great performance tonight. 11 kills, hitting 41%, 3 stuff blocks, giving her 65 on the year. Thomas Ilara tipping, Sarame digging, and Teeler striking again. How about the rookie? 3 kills and a stuff block here in the 5th.
Out of nowhere, right? Again, bringing her off the bench cold here in set number 5. And she's coming in lighting it up right now for Orlando.
Hadn't scored in over a month. That ended Friday with that 3-kill performance we talked about. Came on as a sub in the 4th set, the All-American, 4-time All-SEC player out of Kentucky. They'll go away from her, and Vanderweide, or rather Bastianelli, missed the block. And all of a sudden, the Valkyries are back in it. Timeout Mojo, 13-10 here in set number 5. And it's worth reminding the folks at home, Brett, that these two teams played a 5-setter just 2 weeks ago. The Valkyries had 2 looks at match point. One of them saved by a Kendra Dahlke swing, the other an error in receive by Orlando. Those 2 points came and went. San Diego won the marathon match, and Orlando hasn't won a match since.
Right, and I think Taiba kind of realized, hey, Orlando really starting to feel themselves right there. Needed to call that timeout. You know the Valks are hungry, trying to stay in the playoff picture. But most importantly, Jake, just trying to find some kind of positive momentum and put another W in that left-handed caliber.
Valkyries have served very well tonight. 5 aces, that's more than they had in the first 2 matchups with San Diego combined. They'll have to keep putting the pressure on with the Mojo in serve receive, just 2 points from the finish line. San Diego making the most of their penultimate chance to see the Mojo at Viejas Arena this inaugural season. They'd love to leave with a win. And they're 1 point away. Temi, Thomas, Ilara. Her 2nd kill of this 5th set puts Nutsara Tomcom at the line with match point in her right hand. One saved with a big back row swing. And as expected, when Orlando needed a kill, they went to Teeler, the hottest player in this 5th set. She'll take a well-deserved seat with Graham back in. A swing for the match. Willow Johnson gets it done. The Marathon Mojo outlast the Valkyries in 5 sets again. (15-11) in the 5th. The Mojo surged ahead early and held off Orlando late. And they still have not dropped back-to-back matches in almost 2 months.
Yeah, Jake, this team has been some kind of special right now, getting back, almost back to 500, I should say, creating a little bit more of a buffer in that playoff hunt, and like you said, another 5-setter. But unlike Friday, they come out victorious.
Kill number 17 for Willow Johnson turns out to be the match winner, and the rest of the league surely taking notice of the impact she's had since rejoining the Mojo. A big night for Ronica Stone as well. 13 kills and 2 stuff blocks in San Diego's 9th victory of the season. Orlando drops their 6th straight. They'll head to Vegas to try and right the ship on Wednesday. For everyone here at Viejas Arena, in our technical crew, our director, Bert Selleck, and Brett Loftus to my left. I'm Jake Herman saying so long. So glad you joined us for another presentation of the Pro Volleyball Federation.